Our most recent blowout win against the Cowboys was a statement game for us, showing what this team is capable of when everything clicks. Our rookie quarterback is progressing well, but we identified a few areas that need addressing as we push towards the playoffs. Today we have a lot to discuss, from big trades that need to be made to our game plan facing the Pittsburgh Steelers, so let's dive in. Going into this trade deadline, I had our eyes set on bolstering our receiver room. DeAndre Hopkins was a prime target, given his sure hands and veteran presence, which would be the perfect fit for our rookie quarterback. However, the Titans' asking price was just way too steep for us. So with the Hopkins deal falling through, I shifted our focus to improving our run defense, which struggled a couple of weeks ago against the Texans. I explored various options, including Christian Barmore from the Patriots and Vita Vea from the Buccaneers. Unfortunately, both avenues proved unfeasible due to the lack of either interest or financial constraints, even though I was willing to part with second-year offensive lineman Carlos Williams. And then I tried a different avenue when we found a gem on the trade block, 23-year-old Trayvon Washington from Tampa Bay. This star development nose tackle, a behemoth of a player weighing in at 343 pounds, has immense potential and can make an immediate impact on our defense. Despite the steep asking price, we managed to secure Washington by trading away Riley Moss and a future 2nd and 5th round pick. Although it felt like we gave up a lot, Washington's 98 strength and potential to anchor our defensive line made it a worthwhile move. But we were not done. To recoup some draft capital, I still tried trading away second-year right tackle Carlos Williams, and I landed on sending him to the Houston Texans for a future 4th round pick. Edge rusher Nick Bonito was a trade piece as well, but the only team that had interest in him were the Dolphins, so we sent him there for late round picks and veteran cornerback Steven Nelson. We also signed safety Tony Adams to fill the void left by Riley Moss. And with these moves, I'm confident in the depth and strength of our roster as we head into today's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are coming into this game with a 3-4 record, and they have a 3-game losing streak. Kenny Pickett is still their quarterback, and he has been struggling to start the season, having thrown 5 interceptions in 7 games. It might be more of a challenge for this offense because they will also be without George Pickens, who is their second leading receiver, putting pressure on Carson Leonard to step up. I had interest in Carson Leonard during his draft class, and it'll be interesting to watch him play closely today. But make no mistake, the Steelers' bread and butter is their defense, featuring the dynamic edge duo of Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. For us to come out on top today, our offensive line needs to step up and provide solid protection against Highsmith and Watt. Defensively, with Trayvon Washington anchoring our defensive line, we need to shut down their run game and force Kenny Pickett to beat us through the air, pressuring him to make mistakes and capitalize on those opportunities. We'll jump right in as the Steelers will open this game up from the 22. Pickett starting it off with a pass and finds his man for an immediate first down. Carson Leonard, a player to watch as he elevates in the depth chart today. Najee Harris testing our revamped run defense with his first touch and takes it for a gain of 4. Watch number 90, that's Trayvon Washington. Steelers give it to Harris one more time, and Glover wraps him up, and they'll face their first 3rd down of the day. Pickett from the gun. Heaves it while he's hit, and broken up. Freiermuth smothered by newly acquired Tony Adams, already making an impact. And the Steelers will punt this away from their own 45. Deep into the Broncos' end zone, and way too deep in fact for a touchback. And this Broncos offense has been hot as of late and will try to get us to our first 2-game winning streak of the year. Bayer from the gun, hands off the draw, and the superstar running back Lester Banks picks up a mere 1 after an outstanding 3-touchdown game against Dallas. He'll get another touch and a slow start to his day so far. Cole Holcomb, the difference maker on that play. 3 receivers up top on 3rd down. Bayer in a panic as Watt drops him and the ball is out. Luckily, the Broncos recover it, and a rough start to this game for the offense. They'll obviously punt, and the Steelers already passed midfield on their next drive. And Najee Harris does not care about our trade acquisitions as he has his best run of the day. It's been so tough for our defense against these big running backs. And now he hauls it in for a first down, attacking us from all angles, and we have to tighten up. Pickett now throwing, steps and fires, and completed for a first down. Deontay Johnson, the leading receiver on this team, makes his first catch of the day to move the sticks, as this pass is broken up. Huge hit from Hufanga, who's been a pleasure to watch this season. He's got so much versatility to his game with tons of assignments when he steps on the field and just impresses us each play. As Harris has another 6, it's third down. Quick throw, incomplete. Tony Colvin, one of the best disruptors we have in our secondary, forces the Steelers to settle for 3. And McManus will nail it. Never want to trail on the road, but it's not that bad when we only give up 3. Offense will need to get into some rhythm here, as Banks will find a hole for his biggest run of the day. Steelers better pray that he does not catch fire, or else this could be a long day for them. Now the backup Dobbins. Only 1 after a bunch of moves made. 2nd and 9. Bear will try to throw again. This is dumped for 5, and that's Donnell Brown with the reception. Brown had a quiet game against Dallas after his stellar performance against the Texans, as this pass is dropped by Correa. Rare mistake, and another punt. Harris with another carry, and he'll pick up a few more to get the second quarter rolling. Looks like a run formation. Nope, it's a fake, and a strike for a first down. Carson Leonard making the catch again, and filling in nicely as their second option. Quick throw, and another reception for Deontay Johnson. Probably not a good sign when Drew Sanders is lined up against him. On 2nd down, Harris. Bush gets pancaked, and a big first down run. Running game may be a continuous issue even with some upgrades. Now rush coming. He's hit, and down he goes. Trayvon Washington with the assist, but it was Brandon Glover first one to get to Pickett. Running game may be a struggle, but at least we still have our pass rush, as the Steelers show no fear. Harris with another big carry, and we'll see what they draw up here on 3rd down. Pickett from the gun, fires, dives, touchdown! Darrell Jowers, the second-year player out of Oregon State, finds the end zone for his first career touchdown and expanding the Steelers' lead. He just straight up beats Carl Barrington one-on-one and burns him on that route. Never a good sign when the quarterback can see the back of your jersey. Even though it's just the second quarter, the Broncos offense needs to play with a bit more pace and urgency, as Bear launches this from their own 45 and hauled in. Lester Banks with a catch on 3rd down on this drive, and hopefully that's the spark that they needed. Now connecting with Sutton, turns upfield and just missed the end zone by 3 yards. The drive we have been waiting for is here. 1st and goal, and the Broncos jump early, and that will set them back. From the 8, Bayer with time, slings it right, caught but out of bounds for no gain. Going empty now, over the middle, and that's Correa bringing us back to the 2. Cortland Sutton up top is not covered at all, but they go to the ground, up the gut, touchdown! J.K. Dobbins with back-to-back weeks of finding the end zone, and finally, we are on the board. Jumping to the 2-minute mark, we can't let Pickett shred us like he did the last drive, but he completes it here for a first down. Man, Barrington is getting outmatched by Darrell Jowers today. They run a screen on the next play. Colvin gets laid out and tripped up by Barrington, and they'll pick up another 4. Tony Colvin survives, and we'll see another play. 2nd and 6, a little over a minute to go. Passes, caught, and fighting forward for a first down is Pat. Freiermuth, and Mike Tomlin will burn his first timeout. Gotta stay alert. You'll never know what they can draw up after their sideline discussions. Pickett fires. Intercepted! Tony Colvin with number 3 of the year. And after taking a beating on the ground, he flies high through the air. And he'll take us to the half with high spirits in hopes of winning this game even after a slow start and still trailing by 3 on the road. Offense needs to continue their rhythm like they did their last drive, and we gotta force some bad decisions out of the Steelers like we just saw. We'll check on our division rival Chargers. They're on the road against Tennessee and currently trailing at the half. Will Levis has found the end zone, but he's gotta connect with Amari Cooper more. But we can't speak too much on it. We've only found the end zone once today, and we gotta keep grinding for more points if we want our first 2-game winning streak. And getting Banks going would be great. This is one of those games we'll need to rely on our running game since the passing game has been subpar. As Brown able to make the tough catch, but only for 3 yards. In danger of a 3 and out. Bayer, tight window and incomplete. Try to go back to Donnell Brown, but it just wasn't there. Broncos punt this away with the rookie Nicholas Sharp. High kick, and this is going to be returnable. He's hit, and the ball is loose. Recovered by the Broncos. Elijah Mitchell with the big hit, and a great starting position from the 34. That fumble tastes a little sweeter since it's Darrell Jowers, who's been a thorn on our side, coughing it up. But it won't mean anything unless we score, as Dobbins catches the edge and bursting forward for a first down. Multiple Steelers, and finally down at the 12. Exactly what we needed on this drive. But discipline has also been a struggle today. 1st and 15, Whitworth in the slot. Bayer goes his direction and he couldn't hold on. He was hit at the end, but he's got to make that catch. Now going underneath, completed and running forward is Sutton. A solid gain of 10. All can be forgiven if they can find the end zone here. Bayer, end zone, not even close. Tough break on a huge turnover. We only captured 3, but at least we tied it. Steelers offense has been sitting for quite some time. Let's see if it impacts them. Not at all. Carson Leonard with another first down, that time securing it with Surtain draped all over him. This one is dumped off to Harris, but no one is near him, and he accelerates for a first down. Major miscommunication on the field there, and they've crossed midfield on 2 plays. Now from the gun, over the middle, and threaded for a first down. Carson Leonard once again. Well, at least I feel better about myself for liking him during the draft. I just regret now not taking him. But no regrets here as former first-round pick Nate Gales drops Pickett. And another sack, and that's back-to-back weeks with 1. Leonard now match up with Surtain at the bottom of the screen. Quick throw, incomplete, and Kenny Pickett seems frazzled after the sack. 3 receivers set on 3rd down. Pickett drops, right side pressure, and dropped again. Kyle Van Noy, the veteran linebacker, gets to him and pulls them out of field goal range. And that will jump us to the 4th quarter. Near midfield, looking for the lead. Throwing left side, beautiful back shoulder pass to Sutton for a huge gain. That was for sure SB3's best throw today. It's been a poor performance on offense, but can this team find a way to win even though they did not play their best football? As Brown secures his 5th catch of the day. Going empty and needing 3. Brown again, first down, and he's been so reliable. It's going to be interesting to see what his role is when Mims comes back next game. As Banks will pick up another 3. Not an explosive running game for him today. Different story for Dobbins, who's near the marker, and he's been the surprise X factor for our offense today. Needing 1. First down would be good, touchdown would be better. He throws, and they get neither. Tried Whitworth's way, and he was smothered. But the Broncos will take the lead here in the 4th. Defense has been good today, and it's the key now to finishing this one off. As it swung out to Harris, and Bush takes down his former teammate for a loss. Great start. Second and long. They go to the ground. Sanders goes flying, tumbling, and a big run for 12. Run defense is still a work in progress. They won't run here. Quick throw, and he finds his man again. Carson Leonard have a game. Few plays later, 3rd and 5. Pickett scanning, left side, first down again. Deontay Johnson has been quiet this game, but coming up huge when it matters most. And this will go right and way off the mark. Tried to find Leonard again, but wasn't on the same page there. They roll out a screen again. Harris has blocked, taken down, but still a net positive. Colvin made the tackle, already with an interception, and that would be critical here. Rush coming, and down he goes! Works just as well as Tony Adams has his first sack as a Bronco. Needing 14 yards, launches it, got it! Darrell Jowers has another big catch in this one. No-name receivers once again killing us. Feeling the rush again. He throws deep, incomplete. Tensions now running a bit higher with a little bit over a minute left in the game. Screen again. Harris gets another 6, and he's been tough to contain today. But we may be able to close it out here. Rush coming again, being chased, and he's caught in the backfield. Carl Barrington brings about a huge sack, and they'll try to tie it here. McManus, right hash, 51 yards. Kick is good. Big kick there, and we will have another overtime game. The first overtime matchup was a shootout, and this game is more of a cat and mouse strategy on how to attack the opponent's defense. We've been here before, unsuccessful in closing it out against the Texans, but can the Broncos find a way to win even though this has not been their best outing? Broncos will start on offense with a chance to finish this one. And we are off and running here in overtime. McCullough will take this back, has some space, and a solid return there. It hasn't been a good game for Bayer, might even be his worst, but if you win, we can just move on. Lose, and the doubts may get louder. They'll start here on 3rd and 5. And picking up a first down to start overtime with Cortland Sutton, who's shown he's the #1 guy on this team as of late. New fresh set of downs. Give to Banks. He slides left and picks up a first down. Could he be the one to bring us to a victory? He's near the 100-yard mark rushing again. As Bayer slings it out to him here, but only 1 yard to show for it. Bayer has been frantic facing this Pittsburgh defensive line today. And that is dropped by Whitworth. He's had a very poor game today and quite a disappointing start to his second year. Bayer, feeling pressure again, launches, and that too is bobbled. Sutton, who's been so sure-handed, loses track, and the Steelers will have their shot to close. Now Pickett takes a shot right sideline. Caught 2 feet in. Carson Leonard again. This time Surtain was lost in an island. And that catch has him over the century mark, and he's turned on a different gear in place of George Pickens. And another completion here for 6, and that's the final play as we approach the final 2 minutes. Pickett from the gun, broken, oh wow, that's threaded into the hands of big Darnell Washington, and they'll move the chains. I thought for sure Drew Sanders had his hands on that. Steelers going to the ground, unable to prevent the stop, and Najee Harris has 4 more. You figure they'll just keep running until they don't have to, since they're near field goal range at this point. But that helps when Glover takes him down for a loss. Big play on 3rd and 8. Harris again, wrapped down, and it all comes down to the foot of Brandon McManus. No gimme from 53 yards. Kick is up, and right down the middle. Steelers will clinch the win, and the Broncos suffer a gut-punching loss in a gruesome overtime battle. This was a tough loss to swallow, especially considering our recent offensive fireworks. Today our offense was shockingly silenced after lighting up the scoreboard in previous games. We just couldn't get things going against a determined Steelers defense. Despite the offensive struggles, our defense did show up. We forced Kenny Pickett into several bad decisions and managed to sack him multiple times, showing grit and resilience we've come to expect from this unit. However, when it mattered most, Pickett did make the throws that he needed to, finding Carson Leonard of all players stepping in place of the injured George Pickens, and he had a phenomenal game, racking up over 100 yards receiving. He was a constant thorn on our side. And let's not forget Darrell Jowers. He found the end zone and kept our defense on its toes all game and made Carl Barrington look really silly out there. This loss definitely stings. We had opportunities to close it out but couldn't capitalize. Perhaps the most disappointing performance came from Kendrick Whitworth. He had more drops today than catches and has yet to show that he can be our number one guy. To add to the frustration, he has yet to log a touchdown this season. I truly thought that with Mims being out, he would be the one to step up. Looking ahead, there is some hope on the horizon. We're expecting the return of key offensive pieces, Mims like we mentioned, and Dulcich from injury. Their presence could provide the spark we need to rejuvenate our offense and get back on track. Speaking of receivers, we'll be taking on a pretty good one next episode when we take on the Detroit Lions and Amon-Ra St. Brown. And let's hope they can shake off this one and move forward. Excited to see how that will play out, but that will be the episode. Let me know what you think of the trades I made in the comments section. I hope you guys have a great day. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm Monkey C, and I'm out.